Under a man called Boukman, there is an uprising in one of the plantations in the north, and before the planters know what is happening, pretty well the whole of the north of the island is in conflagration, and I mean conflagration. What happened then is that in the small and relatively contented plantation of Breda, there was a coachman, son of a coachman, who was called Toussaint. He was called Toussaint because he was born on All Saints' Day. Slaves only had one name. He was one of the very few slaves who was able to read, and he had time to think. He'd read the Abbé Raynal, who had perhaps written the most savage condemnation of slavery, and he joined the marauding rebel armies in the north, and within a matter of months, Toussaint became the spokesman for the slave army. That Britain had now declared war with France, and had observed what was going on in Saint-Domingue. Namely, there was a slave revolt that wouldn't go away. Wilberforce and Pitt were 100% against slavery, but the chief reason they were against slavery is that the main profits from slavery were going to the French. You see, there's 2 points, and you can imagine them waking up at night and worrying about it. One, the obscenity of all those black people being yoked and put into the galleys and being taken and killed on the way and being thrown into the sea, and thousands of people dying in the sea and all that kind of thing. That's obscene. That would wake you up at night. But even worse, it would wake you up at night if somebody else was getting the profit from it. And this is the key problem, that Saint-Domingue was French. It was by far the biggest place where any profits were coming from slavery. And the British were running the slave trade. Those were Christian British people, captains, singing, "Oh God, our help in ages past," as they chucked the bodies into the sea. The British were actually providing the material, the human material, whereby the French were making extreme profits.